Hey friends, consumer attorney Rob Nahum here. I've had some thoughts recently about what's going on with the corona economy that have been troubling to me. Throughout the course of this thing, I sort of go up and down with my grasp of how I understand what's happening. There are moments where I feel like I have real clarity about what's happening, and there are moments on the other side of that where I feel terribly confused about what's happening, and I'm in one of those moments of real confusion right now. I play pretty close attention to the news every day. People tell me I shouldn't do that because it creates anxiety, but I do it because in this world where I have no control day to day over so many things, keeping tuned in to the news helps me to feel a bit of control because I can respond moment by moment to what I'm being told, and I feel that this is the best I can do to try and keep my family safe, to try and continue to keep my business operating and to serve my clients. So I consume a lot of this news, and that includes watching all these press conferences. I'm in New York State, and I watch Governor Cuomo's press conferences every day, and I watch President Trump's press conferences every day, and I listen to what all the experts are saying, and it's really created a moment of confusion for me. And here's why I'm so confused. So the president, as well as Governor Cuomo and other governors, are giving a lot of airtime now to how we're going to reopen the economy, and what we're going to do and what our plans are to reopen the economy. At the same time, I'm listening to the scientists that work directly for the president, and the scientists that work directly for the governor, and the scientists are saying, well, and part of this, in order to open the economy, we have to either have widespread testing, widespread mass testing, a vaccine, contact tracing. These are all the things we have to have in order to get back to some semblance of normalcy and get people back to work. I also hear the scientists and the experts say that those things are going to be many, many months off, right? I hear people say a vaccine is maybe 18 months away or a year away. I hear the experts saying that a therapeutic treatment is many months off or years away. I hear them saying that the capacity to do the kind of testing you would need and the kind of contact tracing you would need in order to send everybody back to work is many, many months away. Now, at the same time, we're talking about plans to get people back to work. So these two things are not lined up. They're not lined up. I am not a scientist, obviously. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a politician. I'm not a policymaker. I'm a consumer lawyer, and I focus my area of practice on debt. And so I know better than most people what a cancer debt can be and how devastating debt can be to working families. So I know that getting back to work on the timeline that the experts, the scientists are saying is going to crush people, because all I hear from the politicians is band-aids on this gunshot wound of economic pressure that they're all suffering. So if they're spending all their time and energy talking about this fantasy land where we're all going to go back to work soon, they're not giving any energy and any time, and they're not developing any policy around what they're going to do to help people to weather this storm. Unemployment lasts for 4 months. The amount of money unemployment is going to pay out of work families is a pittance. It's not enough to cover the rent, let alone the food and the utility bills and the mortgage payments. The PPP program that Congress passed, that was intended to keep small businesses paying their workers, ran out of money. It ran out of money long before it paid out a fraction of the applicants. I myself am an applicant for the PPP program. I didn't get my money. I can't make my payroll. So all the energy that the politicians are giving to reopening the economy in this fantasy land where this epidemic is just suddenly going to stop existing and everyone's not going to get sick anymore, they're not giving attention to how they're going to help people. Why are they not giving attention to how they're going to help people? Maybe because they don't have a policy and they don't have answers on how they're going to help people. And on the other side of this thing, working families are going to come out drowning in debt. Sure, you're getting emails from your cable company or your insurance company saying, hey, we want to help you. We want to help you. We want to help you get through this. And so you can suspend making payments for a couple of months. Okay, well, what happens at the end of those months? Now you're backed up 3, 4, 5, 6 months in payments. It's all bottlenecked. And you've got no money to pay your bills. So what's going to happen? And what's the government going to do to help? As far as I can tell from what I'm hearing, they're going to do nothing. They're going to do nothing. And we're now sitting on a powder keg of debt. And then on the other side of this thing, it's going to explode. And what are people going to do? They're going to suffer. And the last time around we did something like this, in the 2008 financial crisis, working people got nothing. They got nothing but debt on the other side. And I feel less confident now that there's going to be help for working families. Please take care of each other. Love and light.